Have you been looking for a job, or have you been trying to optimize your LinkedIn profile? Many of you reach out to me on a daily basis and ask me what it takes to have a really good LinkedIn profile. Having a good LinkedIn profile is key for your job search or even getting clients as an entrepreneur. So in this video, I'll take you on a journey where I'm going to revamp my entire LinkedIn profile, optimize it based on a couple of YouTube videos that I've watched. If you want to follow along with me to optimize your LinkedIn profile, make sure to save this video, share it with your friends who want to optimize their LinkedIn profile, and most importantly, save it and follow along with me. So we will go through this particular YouTube video. It's done by Chris James on how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile to grow faster this year. So I will be taking step-by-step actions on this particular video. So if you want to follow along, just to follow along with me while I also optimize my LinkedIn profile. So let's get started.
Personal brand in 2022, and I gained 5,000 followers in 90 days. Aside from really impactful content, the key to gaining more followers is a high converting profile. So I'm going to break down the 6 areas of your LinkedIn profile that you need to optimize in order to convert more visitors into followers. Firstly, your profile picture, banner and video. Next, your headline or your about section, your profile visibility, featured posts, your URL and contact information, and some other profile tips and tricks. But before we do that, I want to tell you 3 things. 3 really crucial things that you need to know from a mindset point of view when operating on LinkedIn. The first is that your profile is probably more important than your website if you're just starting out. If LinkedIn is your main platform, people are going to base whether they follow, engage, or buy from you completely on your profile. How it looks, what it reads like. So don't worry about your website. That's almost step 2. Step 1 is getting them to your profile and converting them into a follower. The next thing I want to point out is your profile is never going to be perfect. It can never be completed. There's always something that you can change. So I always recommend setting a timer, doing what you can, making the progress that you can in that time, and then moving on, because there's lots more important things than your profile. However, the third point still rings true. Your profile is like a window. It's a window into your life, your thoughts, your business, and lots more. And people are constantly going to peek through it and see if it's...
This is so true that as I've covered in my previous videos about being an entrepreneur, especially getting clients and trying to get clients, especially on LinkedIn, is a task in itself. And having that, your LinkedIn profile, more important, it's so important compared to having a best website. Website can really tell you only half the story, but your LinkedIn profile tells you the complete story, literally your thoughts day in and day out. So that's how important LinkedIn is, and he's so on point on this.
Worth actually visiting or going through the door. So with that said, we don't just want window shoppers. We want to give them a good store experience. However, at the start, it's really important that we give them a good view. Before we get into the profile optimization side of things, I want to say I have 2 resources available where I'll show you, well, from Nick Bennett, and I can't remember who that is, who want to get a space here for the... He's got a secondary photo, but he's also made it straight away. Ooh, this guy's not for me.
So he's talking about Ash Rathord's profile. I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison to my profile and see how I can, make changes to my current LinkedIn profile. So let's quickly head to my LinkedIn profile. So this is exactly how my LinkedIn profile looks like, especially if you take a look at the LinkedIn banner here, like how he mentions the background of the LinkedIn banner. Of course, my LinkedIn banner does not have my brand colors. My brand colors are yellow and blue, and that's what I've been using pretty much everywhere. So it's not consistent. The next thing is services. So I do not put anything about my services. I need to change that. Shadow. So this is a good one. I think that shadow kind of gives the depth from your background, and it's a good
picture. I think I'm gonna have to change my picture there too. And the next one is delivery methods and branding and signature. So branding and signature, I think you can put your company profile there, or if you want, you can put your delivery methods. And I think the delivery methods is important. I have no idea why I did not have any delivery methods. While I guess I was thinking, I think I was just still figuring things out, building my business, right? So let me fix that. I will quickly go into Canva and type your LinkedIn banner. So if you have Canva paid version, the paid version has better templates and also a lot more features. If you are trying to change your LinkedIn banner or do a lot of more graphic work, Canva is a very, very good tool. Literally everything for me sits on Canva. So let's I'm trying to get a LinkedIn banner that speaks to my particular color scheme. So I think this is a good one. Let's try this. So this is my brand colors. So definitely pink is not my color. I'm going to change this to my company, to reflect my company name. I created this particular headline for my LinkedIn profile. So it's somewhat similar to what exactly the actually Ash Rathod's profile is, but it's not the same. So I'm just talking more about what my experience is up at the top, because I'm also going by my theme colors. So that's nailed out. I think I like the colors here, and I like these little stars. And I'm also doing it as @storytelling_by_data, because that's a kind of a handle name that I go by. And not going with and I'm definitely not going with my name here, unlike how Ash Rathod's is. So that is something different. And done for you, yes, I do have done for you services and resources that I keep providing here on my page on LinkedIn. So I think this looks good. Now let's go to the next step. Before we go to the next step, let me know if you like my LinkedIn banner in the comments below.
Well, everything else on there is flat, but he's made it pop, essentially. At the bottom, he's got his delivery method, so he's telling people that he'll give out free tips. He'll also help people do it until he drives the own potential people, DTA. However, what I would recommend doing if you are using a call to action and trying to drive people somewhere is that you only use one. I see lots of people trying to take their clients or potential clients in 25 different directions with an ebook, a website, book a free call, book a paid call. Stick to one thing. Drive them to your bio link or to your featured resources. And we'll get onto those shortly. Next is a profile video, and you'll see Scott Millwood here, someone I know quite well, really nice guy, and the video needs to be professional. Called captions as well.
One thing to notice that I have not added my call to action here, which is missing. So I will need to add that. I'm gonna keep a note of it, and I will add that, as my call to action is missing here. So let's go back into the video. But before we go back into the video, before I forget to add the CTA for my LinkedIn profile, I will need to come up with a link where I can lead my audience to, so which I have not prepared yet. So I don't have a link where I can really take my clients to. I'm still working on that, so I will come back to that later.
What I'll say here is don't ramble, keep it nice and short, make sure you're smiling, but also make sure you feature your face. I've seen a lot with...
So this is a feature that's not there in LinkedIn relevant right now, or maybe it's there and that I'm not aware of, but I don't think it's there. Like last time I saw it, it wasn't there. So I think I'm gonna skip this one.
Clients with Webhooks Video, you can go and download an app called Teleprompter. It's available on iOS and Android. Costs about person can see your profile picture and your headline. So headbreak.com. Now I'm to the point. I demystify the stock market for new kids.
Okay, the next one is the headline. And I recently changed my headline on my LinkedIn profile. Like you can see here, data governance expert, responsible AI advocate, building authentic brands with data and storytelling, data and AI content creator with 150,000 following. That's the headline that I recently changed it to. Let's see what Chris James has to say about it.
Engineer what those first 47 to 50 characters are. Now on screen is one of my favorite headlines. I won't give away whose it is, but it's just so short and to the point. I demystify the stock market for new investors. What she's saying is she takes a complex topic and makes it easy for beginners. I really like this one too. Creating powerful personal brands for CEOs and founders. It's audience centric, it's got a power word in there, and it's got an outcome too. So I'm going to show you on screen a really simple headline formula to start out with. You could say something like, I help audience achieve goal without a pain point. So I help all goal for audience by process without pain point.
Okay, this is a good one. Goal for what audience and by what process without what pain point. I think I'm going to select the second one. I'm going to head straight to Claude. Claude has been my best friend, and I am going to give the keywords to Claude. So I gave Claude an example here, and this is what it gave me. So it says captivating brand stories for data and AI companies through authentic narratives fueled by powerful data analytics and AI insights, supercharging authenticity and driving growth without inauthentic marketing tactics. So let's give it again. So it says that elevating brand presence for data and AI companies through data-driven storytelling and AI-powered authenticity. I like that. Crafting compelling narratives without generic marketing approaches. Elevating brand presence for data and AI companies through data-driven storytelling and AI-powered authenticity. That sounds good. Let's ask it to try again and see what it gives me. Building influential brands for data and AI companies by merging authentic storytelling with powerful data and AI insights. I like this one. Building influential brands for data and AI companies by merging authentic storytelling with power of data and AI insights. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a LinkedIn headline generator that I frequently use actually. It's by this one. So now I'm going to paste this here and I'm going to see what it's going to generate. So it says data-driven marketing strategist, AI brand builder, data storyteller, transforming companies with authentic narratives. So I think the AI brand builder is, I guess not my cup of tea, but I think I really liked this one. Building influential brands for data and AI companies by merging authentic storytelling with powerful data insights. And I'm going to merge this with a couple of these. So building influential brands for data and AI companies by merging authentic storytelling with powerful data insights. So I changed my headline right now. So if you can see here, it's now says building influential brands for data and AI companies by merging authentic storytelling with powerful data insights. Data governance expert, speaker, data and AI content creator with 150K plus. So I'm gonna leave this right here, like here, and
Mine will be more clients as an
So that was a good template. I definitely used that for my for on Claude, and I got the beautiful statement that I've put up now. So that's done. My headline is good.
might want to consider using. Don't know where your next lead is coming from? We should chat. This is Leah Turners, who's a friend of mine. LinkedIn trainer. Yes, another one. Making LinkedIn simple and fun. And I don't know who wrote this, but you should definitely go and check out the website, contenttoclients.co.uk, for coaches who want to earn 5 figures a month. So you can see they're all very, very outcome focused, and they're built to attract the right audience and repel the wrong audience, as we touched on earlier. And I just want to touch on the About section, which I think is overhyped. In my personal opinion, I've never read anyone's About section, but I know if someone wanted to work with me, or I wanted to work with someone and I've been studying them for a while, I might go and check it out. I might want to know a bit more about their experience. So one tip I have for you is to write it in first person. Don't get your mate to write it or pretend someone's written a big article about you if they haven't. Just write it in first person. A big mistake I also see is big blocks of text. Remember, white space is your friend. Press return a couple of times, not just once. Also, you might want to use some breakers or emojis. Now, not everyone's an emoji person. I think some people go crazy.
So let's go take a look at my About section. So in my About section, I have all these things here. So he's telling me to write my About section in first person, and I think I changed my About section a couple of weeks back. I think I'm good with this. I do not want to change my About section, so I'm gonna keep it. And let's go to the next one.
Easy on them. I just like the bullet points and maybe a little bit of colour. Remember, an emoji is like injecting a picture into what can be text only. So it can break up and give the 3 lines are always shown on your profile. Everything else is hidden, so make those first.
Based on what Chris is saying here, I think the first 3 lines of your LinkedIn profile should tell you what exactly you're doing. So, and I think right now my profile speaks for what I'm currently doing, and I think I'm really happy about it. And I will definitely get it reviewed by a couple of people and see what they think. I'm definitely not going to leave it there, because it's always good to have someone else look at your profile and critique it. If you want to also kind of let me know about my LinkedIn profile, what do you think about my LinkedIn profile here? Let me know in the comments of this video. So we're done with the headline, we've done with the banner, we're done with the About section. Let's head on to the next one.
Next, we want to hide our connections. We don't want any competitors coming onto our profile and seeing who we're connected with. Okay, we don't want them to poach our followers and our connections. So all we're going to do, and an example here, this chap has 2.5k followers. He also has 500 plus connections, but because that writing is blue, that means I can click on that and go through every single one of his 500 plus connections. So we want to turn that off. We don't want anyone snooping. Again, to do this, just go to settings and privacy and then scroll down to visibility.
Okay, now let's head on to settings and privacy, visibility, and then what do we do?
A yes or a no switch to be able to toggle it on or off. Now, button on your profile, you're at
connections. All right, so now you turn this thing off. Now no one can see my connections. All right,
actually going to push up a follow button, which is what we want. We don't want to max out a profile to let.
So as of 2024, I'm recording this in May. And this particular feature in LinkedIn is not there, so let's not worry too much about it.
Well, what services you deliver, what outcomes you deliver, and what you're interested in. Now, there are only 5, so make sure features it and has a connect button. It's really simple, just be an existing post. Nice and easy, and you've not got to remember.
All right, and then now he talks about having a good featured section, and I think I've got my featured section all nailed out. This is something that I keep updating as I go and as I present in certain events and things like that. So this is a section that I always updated. If you are right now looking for a job, or you've done a certain projects, then you definitely might have to check out this featured section and add whatever you have, or whatever you've presented, whatever you've done so far to in this featured section. And we are good, and I think having all the other sections updated and ready to go should be good. And I think this kind of sums up this entire video. And it's definitely a long video, but definitely working with someone can actually make your work faster. So that's why I decided to make this video, and I hope this video helped you. I did get to update my LinkedIn as well. I hope it helped you update yours, and I will see you all in my next video.